Hey boys, thanks for joining me. It's good to see you all. I was going to start off with an apology. I was hoping to grind a little more over the weekend, but I had a killer headache, so I didn't get a chance to grind up quite as much as I'd like to. But we still did all right. Crush, did I see that you've bought your own copy of this? You started playing it. How are you getting on with it? I'd be interested to see how you get on, or if my little streams have been helping at all. Hey Boris, good to see you again, man. Thanks for joining us. Just getting all my stuff set up over here. Learned from my mistakes, actually remember to charge up my controller this time, so no more satanic screaming down the headphone from the mains line. Okay, I think we're all about ready to go. So, yeah, like I said, I didn't quite get a chance to grind up as much as I'd like to. I was hoping to get everything to level 100 by the time we got to this week's stream, but kind of hit around the 80 mark, and then I had to call it quits because I had just had a killer headache over the weekend. I just got little Thief Crush there, needs to level up a little bit. She's only level 56. 50 for the main, 69 for Smug Wife. Oh, 69. Oh dear. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Let's do a little bit of healing here. So yeah, I mean, apart from just grinding over those last couple of levels we did over and over, I've not really done anything else. Not created any more characters, not unlocked any new levels or anything like that. So. Oh, Poisondise. That's literally where we're just about to start. It's Poisondise can be a little bit of a shitter if you haven't got a good healer, someone that can get rid of poison effects and stuff, but it's pretty cool. Alrighty. Poisondise it is. Non-flyers in the sea get poisoned at the end of turn. Okay, easy. Oh, and just so everybody knows, I thankfully remembered what I learned about the previous streams and some advice from Will, so I'm not that blind. That's alright then. Yeah, I mean, the game as a whole is fairly intuitive. It's quite easy to pick up, but there's loads and loads of little things that you can do to really give yourself a heads up from the start. I'm on full... Actually, let's just whack it down a bit, because I don't know how high it's going to go up. We're on full Stars of the Cheat shop at the minute, so we'll just turn that down to about 15 just to see where we're at.
Where would you like to go, dude? Oh, hey! Did you hear the rumor?
That sounds an awful lot like Mal from the third game.
I sure did. If you don't wash your hands for a whole year straight, you'll win the Golden Glove Award, right? No, you don't. And not that rumor. The rumor about the war with the Lost. Oh yeah, I heard that too. The Lost are finally invading Poisondise. Yeah, exactly. Our next-door neighbors, Spirit and Termit, have been destroyed. Now it's our turn.
Oh, hey Ruby.
They're here! It's the Lost! Run! Ah! They're coming from this side too! We're done for!
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I like about the game so much, is you can you get out of it what you put in. Like, you can literally just have one really strong character, run to the end of the game, just grind one guy. You don't need to reap any levels, you don't really need to do much grinding. You can beat the game without too much problem. But you can go really deep into it, and you can unlock all the characters, and you can collect all the weapons, and you can get the item world, and you can do this, and you can do that. The more you put into it, the more satisfying it is. And like the first time I played Disgeae 1, I had no idea what I was doing, and just kind of like muddled my way through it. I'd never actually beat the last boss. That's why I went back and completed Disgeae complete on the Switch, because that was the only one of the Disgeae games I never actually got to the end of. I never beat the Seraph. And I've got my vape again, so if you hear me Darth Vadering, you know what it is.
Stop right there, you dastardly Lost!
Ah, I love Zero Ken. He's probably my favourite one of the like the main characters from this story. He tries so hard and never gets anywhere.
The Ancient Gale Overlord, Zeroken is here! Yeah!
You again? What do you want this time?
What do you want this time? I wasn't able to save you guys from the Lost last time, so I came to save you.
You weren't able to save us, so you come to save us? What's this kid talking about?
He clearly appears to suffer from some brain defects. How unfortunate. May the Lord...
You went to all the trouble of following us?
Shut up! It's my duty to fight the Lost!
What should we do, Killian? He may be a universe-endangering ignoramus, but he isn't an enemy. Letting him join our rebel army may be a viable option.
You can make all the decisions regarding the rebel army.
Very well. Then let us ignore Zeroken and concentrate on our battle.
Just ignore him, he'll go away. What level are these guys? Okay, level 70, so we shouldn't have too much trouble here. Let's send old Ginger Snaps out. Let's get her attack stats up a little bit. So my guys look way over leveled, but because their gear is still garbage because we've not unlocked the item world yet, they're not actually as good as you'd think they are.
Yeah! Right there! Awoo! Awoo!
Yeah, that was pretty cool actually.
I want to play more! Fine!
Oh crap!
Die!
You!
Hey!
Oh crap!
These stupid cats have poisoned themselves. The magicians are fantastic, really, really good. They always have been, even since the first game. They've always been sort of kind of OP a little bit. So yeah, they're worth grinding up. What you want to do with the magicians is you want to get them to the point where they've learnt, like say you start with the fire magician, you want to get to the point where they learn Giga Fire, then just reincarnate them into an ice one until they learn Giga Ice, and then reincarnate them into a wind one until they learn Giga Wind. And then when I think you got to that point, I think you unlock the Star Magician where you get the star magic. But yeah, they are really, really good. I've never tried the Sludge. I know their defense is like insane through the roof good, but I almost never take the monster classes. I don't know why. Just prejudiced, I guess. In fact, actually, speaking of magicians, let's get our witch out, because she's pretty kick-ass too. Havel. Havel. Havel, Pavel, Povel. I hated that guy so much. Poor Crush had to watch Havel kick my ass like 50 times before I finally killed him and stole his precious ring. Good times. But not so good. Suffice to say, I'm a bit better at Disgeae than I am at Dark Souls. rolling, that's some high level shit. I couldn't even block. That's literally garbage at that game. I will go back to it at some point and try and finish it, but I wanted to do something a little bit more lighthearted than like this first. Oh, don't even get me started on parrying.
Oh crap! Oh crap!
Why are you here, Zero Ken? Just go away, mate. We don't need you. How are you still alive? Goddamn cat.
Shoot! Shoot! Shoot!
Here I go. Sit here. Here.
Yeah! Yeah! Oh crap! Oh crap! You! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!
Ooh. Oh, that was cool.
I want to play more. Fine. Ha!
You! You! How about it? Oh crap!
Let's do this. Down. Here.
I love the little combo attacks on this. There's so much variety in like the little tiny combos. Makes me happy. Nice one, Hatsu. Totally not named after a certain other blue-haired, twin-tailed idol. Oh, come on. I can only parry about 10 enemies in all the games. It's 10 more than I ever managed to do.
Hey! Huh? Hey! Huh? Chocolate cake.
I'm hoping at some point we're going to unlock the item world, because that's going to make us just a whole lot better. Have you got the item world yet, Crush? I'm interested to see what you're going to think of that, because that is, it's like a whole extra game built into the game.
Crunch!
Nice. Yeah, I never got to Artorias, Artorias, but yeah, I've heard terrible, terrible things. Stop hogging all my XP, Zero Ken. Just piss off. Doesn't give you a chance to take it easy, just how I like it. Oof, sounds like my ex-wife. I don't have an ex-wife. Oh. There we go.
Hey! This is fun!
Oh yeah, jump in the poisonous ocean, Zero Can. That sounds like a smart thing to do. Jesus Christ.
That was fun! Thank you! Shoot! Die! Hey!
Huzzah!
Behold this magnificent gunplay! Not only am I rich, intelligent, and beautiful, but I also possess excellent battle skills. My, I'm terrified of how good I am!
Don't let your guard down. Behind you.
Ah, cheers, Will.
What?
So yeah, and it should unlock the item mod at the end of this chapter. That's good to know. What's the item mod? Okay, so the item mod is basically for every item you pick up, like armor, weapons, stuff like that. You can go into the world inside the item.
What?
And each just like a randomly generated dungeon. And the further down you go, the more powerful the item becomes. But you can use it as well to unlock new items. It's kind of weird, but it'll make sense. We'll see it at some point coming up soon.
But in the end, you weren't thinking about me.
That move! Where did you learn it?
So what if he used the same move? Sir Killia fought and risked his life to save me. Sir Killia is mine.
Oh, hey, Eka, good to see you, man.
If you dare try to accuse him of anything, I won't forgive you.
Thanks for stopping by, friendo.
You thief! It won't take me long to discover the truth.
I'll consider that a declaration of war.
Cheese it.
Thief, huh? What's he talking about, Killia?
Is it that rare of a skill?
I don't know. If even that kid can use it, it can't be that big of a deal.
Sweet, new chest. Yeah, shard new, great. Hooray!
Let's fix you up.
Let's just go quickly chat to these nerds. Oh, check it out! Unlock this cool barrel roll. Whee! Zoom! We'll crank this up a little bit again.
Let's fix you up.
We already did that. Alrighty.
Where would you like to go, dude?
Poisondise level 2. All the more poison. I know what you mean, Crush. There's something super satisfying about grinding. Like, last night before I ended up getting this headache and having to stop, I just played the same level like 7 or 8 times. I got a really good rhythm going. I knew if I moved here, the bad guys are moving this way, and I could do this, and it would get XP bonus to all these guys. And once you've got that click, and you can see the rhythm of it, it's just the most satisfying thing in the world. Jeez, these guys are higher level. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just team up.
I'm scared. Let's do this.
Physics!
Thank you.
Ba-bong. Stupid cat, poison yourself, idiot. Oh, come on, that should kill her. Ah, so close.
Crunch. Got it.
Oh, nuts, that's a lot of cats. Oh, come on. Move your archer more to the front. How come? I guess if she gets her support attacks. I don't know, they're not really doing very much. I suppose it would make more sense to have her up the front though, wouldn't it? Oof.
Huh? Oops. Got it. Yeah. Huh?
Friggin' cats. Okay, so the interrogation is kind of weird. I'll explain it, hopefully, as best I can once I get out of this. It does kind of make sense, but it's a bit odd. It's all to do with the squads. When you capture a guy, you can interrogate them, and then once you've captured them, you can force them to upgrade your squads. I'll show you once this round's over. Gotta stop doing that. Sorry, I keep instinctively skipping the animations, even though they're so cool.
Huh? Shoot. Huh? Let's hear it. Drill. Chocolate cake.
Boom! Stupid jerk cat, you should be dead.
Thank you. Shot. Shot. Crunch. Huh? Thanks, everyone.
Okay, a bunch of imps.
Drill. Huh? Drill. Ha! Die! Crunch! Toya!
Here I go.
Ha!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just all poison yourselves, bunch of idiots.
Here I go.
Hit.
Yeah, they get so zany by the end game, just like the most ridiculous, like world-destroying, universe-collapsing, over-the-top animations. It's so cool. It stops the game getting boring as well, just seeing all this nutty stuff going off.
Let's do it! Thank you!
What kind of level are your guys at the minute, Crush?
Yay! Got it! Hey!
15 mostly across the board. That's not bad. Do you use any of the main story characters, or do you sort of build up your own posse of randos, or are you using some of the DLC characters? Because some of the DLC ones are crazy OP. Kind of takes the fun out of the game a little bit using some of them because they're just so unbelievably good.
Let's do our best! Yay!
I'm exactly the same. Apart from the first game, or any of them that let me use Lahal and Etna as main characters, I always end up just getting super attached to my own little randomly named guys, and they get their own little personalities, their own little characters that you just can't help but want to use.
My enemies are Void Dark and the Lost Army, who are terrorizing the Netherworlds. If you're no longer lost, I have no reason to fight.
Thanks. Killy is so cool. Alright, interrogation time.
Awesome!
Let's just for the time being slap Maru and who are our highest characters? And Mikaru in there. And then
Let's fix you up.
This is it!
so I've already upgraded the interrogation room to be able to interrogate everyone at the same time. Normally you'd only be able to do it to one character at a time, but I can kosh a whole group at once. Yeah, a lot of the DLC characters, they're all either from previous Disgeae games or they're from other games that Nippon Ichi have done. Like Plain Air, you can have, like, she used the mascot for the Nippon Ichi software shop. I just think it's really, really cool. They've done, like, loads of little in-characters as well. No spoilers or anything, but you may or may not meet Asagi later as well, who's like a running joke in the Nippon Ichi company. They keep saying they're going to make a game for her, and they never do. So there's like a kind of running joke that she's like this loser who'll never get her own game, and she kind of pops up from time to time in all their games. It's really funny.
Let's fix you up.
Welcome!
Okay, we've got a fair amount of money now. We've got so we've got 1 million hell. So let's sell some of this shit. We don't need the sodas anymore. We're past the point where they become viable. Don't need those. So we don't actually need any of this stuff, but we will at some point need to have obtained every single item in the game. There's like a collection shop where you can get that. So I'm just going to buy one of these just to get the... You see where it says customer rank up there? When that fills up to rank 4, you can then get better items from the shop. So all we're going to do is we're just going to buy one of each of these low-level items because we've got the money, and then just sell them. And then hopefully we'll have got enough to be able to get some better items. Okay, and then we just sell all that junk. Yeah, so the interrogation, it sometimes takes a few rounds, but once we've played another level we can come back and finish them off, and then once they're down to 0 HP or SP or whatever it's called, then you can do different stuff with that. So hopefully after the next level we can get them low enough to see what that actually does. It gets to a point later when your characters are powerful enough just to one-shot everything. You can just nuke all of them, so there's a grinding technique you'll get very, very late game where you can capture like 50, 60 guys in one go, dump them in there, one-shot all of them, and take all that SP to upgrade your stuff. And we'll get to that point later on in the game, but it's not super useful early game. So we should be able to upgrade the items in the shop now. No? Okay, maybe we have to do the next chapter for that. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, I thought we'd be able to get our... Oh, maybe in this one you don't need to pass a law in order for it to get better stuff. Maybe you just get better stuff. Let's have a look. No, it's all the same stuff. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, we didn't buy any of those, did we? Product rank 3, customer rank 4. I guess maybe we need to do another chapter before... Oh, did I just not see it? Did I? Sorry, Boris, did I go past it? Senator list, change name, change personality, reincarnate, set a subclass, change colours, change controllable character, give item to friend, triple XP, successful praise, welcome party, hog XP, charge bonus gauge, better bonuses, criticals, explosions, hoggle mana, war funds. Yeah, I just did get to rank 4, didn't I? I thought that was what I literally just did that in the shop.
Welcome.
Yeah, customer rank 4.
Welcome.
Nope, no new stuff yet. Oh well. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We'll do another map and then we'll come back, do the interrogation room and see if we can get some better items.
Where would you like to go, dude?
Yeah, we know how to capture enemies. Okay. What do we got? Oh, level 91s. Okay. 78s, no problem. Okay. I think you and Stolf go that way, and
I'm scared.
Mikaru and Hatsu can go that way. Yeah, so I think maybe the bill will only appear when we finish this chapter. I think you get a new bill to upgrade the weapon shop every chapter of the game. I think that's right anyway. I think it just stops you like unlocking all the super high tier weapons really early on. Oh, magic change, god damn it. Yeah.
Thank you. Yay! Toya!
We're getting poisoned, aren't we? Okay, let's do this another way.
Huh? Shoot! Back up!
Here I go.
Thank you. Hey!
No, wrong way around. There we go.
Tay! Tay!
Here I go.
Thank you. Let's do it. Huh? Let's do this.
Here I go.
Ha! Ha! Boing! Toya!
Don't think I've got anything that's gonna reach it. Nope. Oh, that was stupid. I went too far. God damn it. Ah, oh well. I really recommend getting an Armor Knight if you get the chance, Crush. It's so useful having someone that can defend all your weaker characters. They're definitely one of my favourite classes. I can't remember. You need to, you know the side quest panel, you speak to that mage and you get the side quests off him. You get it from him initially, but it's something like, I can't remember exactly. I think it's like, you see you've got the subclasses here. You see the different stars. It's something like you need a 3-star warrior and a 3-star witch, or a 3-star healer and a 3-star archer, something like that. But if you check the side quest mage, he'll tell you. Oh, screw it, I'm just going to go into the friggin' poison if they're not coming to me.
Back up. I'm scared. See? I did it!
So the subclasses are kind of weird. There you go, Boris has got you back. You need a 3-star fighter and a 3-star brawler, which is either the male or female martial artist. So these things are kind of weird, the class proficiencies. They affect how much, what skills and stuff you get. Like, say for instance, the magician, when you hit 2-star, you unlock the higher classes, so when it's time to reincarnate, I think you get higher level stat boosts and stuff when you start, but it also affects what kind of upgrades and powers they get. It's kind of odd. Again, it makes more sense in the late game once you're in the sort of the post game and stuff. But it gets to a point where, well, you can see here I've got, she's training as a Valkyrie, but she's also training as a Kunoichi. And I'm at the point in my other save file where I've got 6 stars in every single class. So no matter what class I reincarnate into, she's got like all of the upgrades, and you get a certain, I think, a stat bonus for everything that you get full stars in, or something like that. It's been a long time, I can't quite remember, but it all becomes apparent again in the late game, which I know is not super useful when we're trying to get ahead of ourselves in the early game. And obviously, like Boris has said, you use the stars as well to unlock new character classes and stuff like that. Of course, that's right. Well done, Boris. Yeah, so each different class has their own evality as well. So you see, like, my character here, she gets Bushido, so increases damage dealt by 50% when attacking as a single unit. So if I've got full stars with a magician, and for some reason I wanted my magician to be super pimp at hitting just one character, if I've got 6 stars with the Lady Samurai, I can give the magician the Lady Samurai's evality. And it gets to a point when you get higher levels and stuff and different higher up the star rankings, so you can have multiple Evalities equipped. So main characters can have 2, sometimes 3 Evalities all running at once, and when you start to stack them, they just get insanely good. You get some, like, she's got 50% against a single enemy, and there'd be another one that would give you, say, 50% damage when attacking from the back, and another one that does whatever level they are, they get that percentage damage on top, and when you stack all 3 together, you're doing like 800% normal damage. They get really, really crazy, some of the different combos you can do. So satisfying. Like, I'm not even really like much of a maths guy, but there's something really satisfying about sitting down and going, hang on, if I combo that with that with that, it's going to give me like 300-400% crit damage. No, out the poison. I gotta say, I think Poisondise is my least favourite of all the maps because they take so long. You spend so much time sort of fart-assing around trying not to get poisoned. Yeah. Could do with some poison immunity right about now. These maps are so annoying. But on the plus side, it sounds like we're going to get the item world soon, so that means that we can just start jumping in some randomly generated dungeons, and those are a whole lot of fun. Oh, come out of poison, you gits. Who's left? Just these gits over here.
Let's do this.
Actually, can I just stack you on top of you? Yeah! How long would you say the game's story is? I've mostly heard post-game, and now I want to know. I think, I could be wrong, I think there's either 12 or 14 chapters. So the game isn't actually that long. If you just powered through, if you took like 2 really good characters like Lahala and Etna, and just ran with them through the whole game, you could probably power through it in about maybe 10 hours. But I know it's not what you want to hear, but the real chunk, the bread and butter of the game is in the post-game. It's when you start getting like level 9,999, reincarnated 6 times over, doing 10 billion damage. It just gets mad.
Let's do this.
16 chapters. Nice one, Will. I think Will sat there with Wikipedia in front of him just in case I ask any questions. I'm like, hey, does anyone know how this works? Will's like, oh, just quickly Google that. 50 to 80 hours? I don't know. I played Disgeae 1 complete through the other day, and I beat that in about 15 hours. Although I suppose I've played it a lot, so I kind of really knew what I was doing on it. Will knows his shit. So close. Yeah, I get. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you get a lot of achievements in this as well. I'd forgotten achievements were even a thing, because obviously I originally played them through, like PS2, Disgeae 1, Disgeae 2, Disgeae 3, before achievements were really a thing. I always forget that that is a thing. Let's finish this wench off. Ooh, 5 hours, jeez. You'd have to be really good to know what you're doing to do it in 5 hours. I don't know if anyone's ever understood this yet, but I love grinding. Yeah, I kind of got that impression off you, Crush. Got a very subtle hint. Phil surrendered. Marvellous. Everybody needs a Phil.
Let's fix you up.
Every single item. That's hardcore, man.
Me?
$20,000 mana, jeez. Okay, let's see if we can finish these guys off. Oh, there's nothing worse than losing a massive save file like that. Sheesh. I remember on Disgeae 3, I was about 180 hours into the post-game, and my save file got corrupted. It's the worst. Hooray! So, now we've interrogated those guys enough, we've got them in our prisoner list. And then we can choose to either solicit them, which means they become players on your team. They actually become players you can use in the game. You can extract them, which is what I always do, which means you get a small bonus to attack, defense, whatever. They become crystals you can use. Or you can make them a citizen, which means they just wander around your netherworld. I've no idea what benefit that has. I don't even know if that's worth doing, because I always just extract them.
Let's fix you up.
Alright, hopefully the last set of this one before we get the item world. Okay, what have we got here? Enemy boost 50%. Defense 50%, attack minus 50%. Come at me, bros.
Ready?
I want to play more. I want to play more. I want to. I'm scared. Crush. Here I go. Die. Got it. Sit.
Nice and crush.
That was fun. That was fun.
There!
Oof. Flex on me, you son of a bitch.
Yay! Die! Hey! Die! Hey! Sit! Let's do our best! Sharp! Sharp!
If you don't know what the item world is, it's probably best just to watch me do a run through it of this first, because it's proper weird.
Thank you! Die! Hey! Ah! I want to play more! I want to play more!
Crush is turned into Red Magnus. Time to super relax! Who's my favourite class in the game? I think it's got to be the Shrine Maiden, the one that Maru is with the big axe. There's just something really, I like the art style of it. I think it's because Yukimaru is my favourite, like, story character. Yukimaru's very similar to the class that I've got there with the axe, although the Armor Knight is super awesome. I think I like the design of the Shrine Maiden the most, and then I like the applications of the Armor Knight more as on a gameplay level. Zam. Yukimaru Zam. Get off my bridge! Goddess of Orc. Oh, she's beautiful! Rosaline is awesome. She's one of my favourite characters from Disgeae 2. She's so good. Oh shit, Stolf's dead. I made a bit of a pig's ear of this one, to be honest. I was so focused on grabbing the centre of the bridge, I've just kind of let everybody get beaten up. When fighting that corpse of an overlord, I accidentally stacked 2 enemies and created a monster for level 6. Okay, now we're in a better position. Pretty low on health, but in a better position. I was kind of worried for a second there. I thought I'd really screwed the pooch. I don't think that's how that works. good move. That guy's called Yuri. I don't know if I can bring myself to harm him. I feel a close connection to Yuri for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, you really don't want a bunch of level 50 enemies when you're only level 16. That'd suck. Nice. Oh, level 9, Jesus Christ. See, this is where smart people keep healing items on them. But I'm an idiot, so I always never keep any on me. Jesus Christ. Oh well. Healing's for chumps anyway, it's all about hitting stuff. That's my stance.
Let's do this! See? Ready? Let's do this.
You can actually make it more specific later, Crush. There's a couple of bills you can pass in the assembly to get quite a good variety of colours. I could be wrong, but I think you can get to the point where you can do quite specific colours for specific parts of them. I think, anyway. I'm not sure. It might just be more choices, but I think you can get to a point where you can edit specific parts of them. I think. Ah, sweet. I got a bit worried for a second there. I thought I thought I'd lost it.
Let's fix you up.
What prize have we got? Chicken blood. Whoop-de-doo. What do we need? We've got another 15 revives before we get a really good item. So we need more of our guys to die. We need to be more reckless. Let's give it a quick save while we're here. There we go.
Where would you like to go, dude? We have a problem, dude! Someone locked the dimension gate! I'm sorry, but we can't use the gate to move on to the next place, dude!
If we're having problems with the gate, that's your responsibility. Go do something about it.
Is there any way to unlock it?
There is! If you can enhance this item, then you can force open the lock, dude!
The only person who would pull such a childish prank is... probably him.
This is a good excuse to capture that brat and tear him to pieces.
Damn it! Who would lock the Supreme One's dimension gate? Who did this?
Are you serious? If we were basing it on lack of imagination, you would be the Supreme Overlord.
Stop it! Flattery will get you super nowhere!
If you go to the Item Worlder, you can enter a dungeon called the Item World, dude! The Item World is a world that exists within each item, dude! If you keep battling there, you'll enhance your items, dude!
We'll be going out of our way, but we don't have a choice.
Let's fix you up.
Welcome!
Better. I think I must have pulled my headphone jack out. Better? Is it better or am I worse? Hey, that's better. Okay, cool. Okay, so there's a couple of different uses for the item world. The main one is just to get the items you've got better. But obviously it gets to a point where, as the game goes on, you'll get better items anyway, and even like a level 50 basic item is not going to be as good as a level 1 later item. So that's one use for it. Another use is for unlocking higher tier items, because at the 100th floor of each item, you can go down 100 floors. The boss of that 100th floor will have a better version of the item that you're already in. So that's another use for it. The main use, and the most important one in my opinion, is the Innocence. So the Innocence,
Go ahead and enjoy.
you've got your Innocent shop here. I've already dumped a couple, so as an example. See on the right here, I've dumped some Innocents, Pharmacist, Drainer, Aeronaut, etc. So the item we're going to go into in the item world is the Silver Axe. So we're going to take the Silver Axe and we're going to put some of these Innocents into it. So we're going to put the Coffee Maker, which gives you sleep resistance. We're going to take Medicine Man, which gives you Paralyze resistance. We're going to put Pharmacist, which gives you Poison resistance. And we'll put Weapon Mastery on. So as you go into the item world, you'll come across these little innocents, these little creatures that we've put inside the item. And when you beat them, it doubles over what their effect is. So at the minute, Coffee Maker on this item will give you +2 sleep resistance. If you beat them in the item, it'll become +4 resistance. And once they're captured, you can mush them together. So if you've got 6 or 7, or see like here I've got 2 aeronauts. Once you've captured them in an item, you can mush them together to make one super aeronaut. And then you can start moving them from items to items. So you could have a level 500 axe that gives poison damage, that does ice damage, that does fire damage, and gives you plus 300% experience. And whoever's holding that weapon or that piece of armor or whatever will give them that benefit. I've just realised that we can't put it on the silver axe, can we? Because we've got to do it on the gate key. So let's put trainer, aeronaut, and aeronaut on that. Yeah, statisticians are the most important one. As Boris said, the statisticians give you bonus experience. So I think you can stack, I think the maximum's 320 or 340, something like that. So you can stack 340% experience. So you give it to a level 1 character, they kill a level 10 character, you're getting experience for a level 50 character. It just shoots your experience up sky high. And when you combine that with the cheat shop, when you're getting 300% experience, that's 600% experience. And then if you do that whilst on 100% experience Geo panel, you're getting 700% experience. So there'll be levels later on in the game, in the post game, where you can go from level 1 to like level 8000 in one hit because you're getting that much of a multiplier. That probably just sounded like I was just throwing a load of numbers at you. It'll all make sense at some point. Oh, they've upped it to 900 now. In all the previous games, it was always 300 and something, 320, 340.
The item world's full of surprises.
So you can really customize your gear. You could have like an armor set that's just nothing but poison resistance and poison damage and have a pure poison character, or you could have just someone that does massive amounts of damage, like 900, 10,000% damage bonus experience, not experience, damage, power and stuff on your items. It's really cool. Oh, and the deeper you go into the item world, see it says floors here. When you do 10 floors, you'll get a good item. When you do 24 items, 25 floors, you get a better item, and it goes all the way down until you've done 4,700 floors in the item world, which sounds a lot, but you'll clear through that in no time. There's also an item assembly for each item where you can change the names and the design of the weapons. So if there's a low-level sword that you really like the look of, you can get a super powerful sword and make it look like that really good sword that you like that's low-level. You can also name them really silly things, like I had some obscene named weapons in my last save file, some really offensive stuff. Alright, let's do it. So this is your typical item world. Every single floor is going to be different. It's a random shape, random geo panels, random monsters. And what you can do is, if you want to, if you're getting beaten up real bad... Oh, what's happening there? I need to change that. I've somehow gone into the settings and changed... Yeah, that should be... There we go. If you don't want to fight everything, you can just run straight into the exit panel and jump down. But if you do that, you don't get as much bonus experience for the item. So if you want the item to be as absolutely pimp as possible, you need to kill every single bad guy in every floor to get the maximum amount of bonuses, basically. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna... Oh, sugar, what level are these guys? Oh, okay, level 11. Okay, we'll absolutely rinse these guys, because they are super weak. So let's get Smug's base stats up a little bit. Now what you can do is you can just set the music to be random, so it just plays random tracks throughout the whole game over the item world. Must be an English colloquialism. Not that I'm opposed to swearing or everything, but I find it's probably best not to be swearing my head off during a stream. So yeah, once you've hit the item level, you've pretty much got an infinite number of randomly generated dungeons you can run through. And there are some really cool sort of hidden rooms in the item world. They're completely random, although you can get squads that increase the chances of finding them. But there'll be rooms that have got shops in, or rooms that have got puzzles you need to solve, or rooms that'll just have a hot spring that you can go for a bath in and heal up all your stats. And there's some really rare ones that let you duplicate items. So in the very, very late game, once you've got a super pimp sword, like a 2 billion damage sword with all the good shit on it, you can duplicate it and get 2 of them. But they're really, really rare and hard to do. Oh yes, well remembered, Boris. I always forget that you can destroy the random stupid scenery items. If you can't think of anything, you can hit the random name generator on there until you can think of something better. Right, I always forget. I've got to remember to have my thief open all the chests, because my thief's got a special rule where she gets better level items when she opens the chests. In fact, really, I should be using Crush for this, because the item world is Crush's time to shine. That's the problem with thieves, at least early game. They're quite hard to level up. They've got very, very low base stats, and they don't have very good aptitude, so they don't level up very quickly. But there's some items you can only get with the thief. Some of the really, really top level gear, you need to get down to like level 100 on high level items, and you can steal items off item gods and stuff, but you can only do that if your thief stats are like in the tens of thousands. so you need to grind up the thieves to get them good enough to be able to get the really good stuff. What most people do is they train up a regular character like a warrior or a martial artist and then reincarnate them into a thief later, but I don't know. I quite like the thieves. I think they're really cute. Yeah, it's a bit tricky with assists because they do a percentage of the damage that one character would do by themselves, but what it is good for is it shares the XP for everyone who does the attack. As long as the enemy dies, everyone who did the assist gets a share of the experience, and not just part of it. The person who's at the front who did the attack gets the full amount of experience, and then everyone in the assist also gets like 10% on top of that. So if you've got your level 50 character and a level 1 character, you can get that level 50 character to kill a level 30 character, and the level 1 character assisting will get a good chunk of XP. It's a good way of leveling up low level characters. Oh, I didn't want to do that. No, I wanted the chest. Oh well. To be honest, there's not going to be much good coming out of them at this kind of low level. Okay, did I not explain that very well? So, okay, like for example here, we've got a level 12 character. So if we've got a level 1 character who wouldn't be able to do squat by herself, Seraphina, there's no way Seraphina would be able to kill that cat by herself. But if she does an assist, like this, Seraphina gets a share of this experience, so Seraphina will level up. So she's gone up 3 levels, even though she wouldn't have been able to do anything by herself. So although it would have done slightly less damage than Crush attacking by herself, Seraphina gets experience from it. Yeah, if you do it that way around where the low level character attacks, she also gets all the mana, which is quite nice as well. There's also a collection person in the main hub, and the only way to 100% the collection is to see every animation. And some characters will get bonuses like, if I remember rightly, I think there's something like, if I would imagine probably Seraphina and Killia, if they do a combo attack, they get their own special little animation. And the only way to 100% the game is to see all the animations. I guess maybe they don't have one of their own, but there's some characters that have special pairings. Oh, I don't think I've shown you the magic changes yet either. So, you saw earlier where you had some of the monsters were turning into weapons for the enemy characters. If you have monster characters, which I don't really have very many of, I think I've only got Geese, but he can actually turn into a weapon. I don't really know why the thief would want a spear, because she's not very good with it, but just as an example. And again, they both get experience, so if you've got a low-level monster, you can slap him on a good character. And that's a good way of getting the monster or the character experience if they're lower than the other. No, as far as I'm aware, there aren't any maps that require you to play as a certain character. I don't think so, anyway. I played through this entire game, the first run through I did, literally just Lahal, Etna and Flon, and I never had any problems, so don't worry about anyone being underleveled. Oh, I don't remember that one. Oh well. That's easy to fix, though, to be honest, Crush, because there's a bill you can pass in the bill passing place, whatever it's called, the assembly, where one character can take all the experience. So all you need to do, if you've not trained it with Killia at all, is you've got your level 1 Killia, you take him to the assembly, you put the all experience on me thing on, you run into a map with 6 level 100 characters, you kill them all, Killia gets 6 100 level experiences, shoots up to level 70, done in one shot, super easy peasy, so I wouldn't worry too much. I'm not sure why I'm bothering to kill all the monsters on this, because it's just for a stupid key. It's not like it's a good item or anything. Oh well. Yeah, and I really like as well, it's a new thing for this game, you couldn't do it in the previous games, but I really like that once you've hit a level cap with any character, like I've got a character who's level 102, when I create a new character, I can start them at a level 102 if you've got the money for it. I really, really like that, so you don't have to keep starting everyone from level 1.
Here I go. You're so hungry.
Oh, there we go, speaking of secret levels. Curry is delicious. Need one of each of these at some point. So curry is a healing or a stat item that gives you a percentage rather than a flat number. Like the potions and stuff will always give you 1,000 hit points or 100 hit points or whatever, where the curry is more useful because it recovers a percentage, so you can use them on really high level characters and still get a really, really good use out of them. Ooh. Okay. Sweet. Okay, we've got our first innocent. So the first thing we want to do is we want to break that bottle. Now, as you can see on there, for its level 19, it's got really high defense stat. So the bottles are quite hard to break, but if you can break them before the enemies do, you can get some really cool items out of them. Not items, like upgrade scrolls to give you magic powers or extra abilities and evalities and stuff. So the first thing we'll do is we're going to get that. The thing with the innocents is that the enemies attack them as well, and if the enemies kill them before you do, they will appear again later on down the floors, but it's a pain, like you want to try and grab them as quick as you can. So, what is this guy? He's a spear teacher. No, not stealth. In the item world as well, you get characters are more likely to, enemies are more likely to have rare items and stuff on them. So if you've got a thief, it's always worth just checking. Maybe not so much on these low level items, but on higher levels. See right here, Imperial Seal. At low levels, that item's absolutely kick ass. So what we want is we want good old Crush to come over here. And Thief's Key. This Thief's Key, isn't it? Nope. Snag Heart. Nope. Snag Item. Got there in the end. And we can either try and steal the mace, which is pretty cool, or this, which gives you an extra 6 attack, 6 defense, 6 intelligence, 6 res, 6 hit, 6 speed, 6 hit points, and 6 spell points. Absolutely awesome. And obviously if you want to get to the point where you collect one of every single item in the entire game, you'll need the thief in the item world to run around and just grab everything that you don't already have. It's got the kind of face that just makes you want to punch it. Okay, so this is an XP boy. Although its defense isn't very high, you need to be able... It doesn't take damage normally. You can only destroy it if you can do 400 damage more in one hit. So it either does nothing or instant kills it. There's no in between. Oh, let's just check them for items. Decent axe. Okay, let's get that axe before we kill it.
It's mine!
Yoink!
Meow.
Oh, jeez! You gotta keep your eye on your watch there, Crush.
Crunch! Here I go! Meow.
Told. Sarah. This is good.
Meow. Meow. Let's do this!
Let's see, I've been on an hour and 40 minutes. I'll probably be on for maybe another hour and 10. How long are you going to be? Because I could always stay on a bit longer. I mean, there's no real time limit I need to be on for. I just think any more than 3 hours and people tend to start switching off. I know I do. Steal those clothes. Kind of wish if you actually stole their clothes, they would, you know, strip them down to their skivvies, but...
It's mine!
Yoink!
Or can you die?
Yeah, no worries, Crush. I'll probably still be on when you get it back then. I'll be probably over an hour. Yeah, not to worry. No need to rush, though. Cheers for stopping by, buddy. If I don't catch you later, thanks for popping by. It's been nice hanging out, as always. You too, Will. I think I saw earlier that you got a scoot as well. Peace out, dude. What do we got? We've got a green, a red, and a clear. A lot of Imperial Seals here. Right, we could do with that item and that thread. Yeah, better safe than sorry, buddy. Yoink!
Meow. Let's go. Ha.
Yeah.
Meow. Meow. Master.
He didn't have anything worth stealing, did he? Spider thread, probably best take it just in case. Awesome. Catch you later, dude.
It's mine. Meow. Meow. Ha.
Whoops. Oh well. So typically, the bosses should have good gear. I'm really tempted actually, Boris. I've never played Witch in the 100 Night, but I've heard really good things about it, and I love all Nipponichi games. They're always just so full of character and class. So yeah, maybe once I finish this, maybe I'll play that one. It'll be quite a different stream though, because I'll be coming at it from a perspective of someone who has no idea at all about the game. That could be good fun. Oh, hey dog. Smug dog who's decided to join us. Hello. Oh, I forgot in this when you got the geo panels, the geo symbols that move. Okay, none of these guys have got anything worth stealing, so you can just power through these jerks. Oh, might disconnected there. I'm glad we got the item world, because it's not much fun trying to grind on Poisondise. It's just one of those annoying maps. It's so big and the enemies are so spaced out, you can't just really quickly run through it. Like the last one we did, whatever that one was called with all the zombies, that was really good for grinding. I could just like crack through the same level over and over really fast. It's a lot more fun grinding through the item world than it is Poisondise.
Don't be foolish!
I'm kind of surprised the enemies are still such low levels, considering we're on full star enemy upgrade. Maybe it doesn't affect the levels of the characters in the item world, maybe.
I'll do my best!
Yeah, I kind of thought that even on the low rank items, once
Let's go! Right there! That! Found. Huh?
video's not playing. Oh, have I been disconnected or something? Should still be running. Can you hear me? Oh, that was weird. Sorry, I must have had like a bad connection or something. Seems to be alright now though.
Die! Die!
Boom! 10 levels of the item world. Done and dusted.
I'll help you.
Not that it makes much difference at this point, 'cause probably not going to be coming back into this one. Okay, we've already got all of that. Let's sell some of this junk though. Okay, we definitely don't need the 5%ers. Yeah, we'll keep the 35%, they seem pretty good. Don't need those because we've got Stolfi. Keep the Gensi exits. Keep the fillers, so we need to use these extracts up really. Yep, I think we only need level 10 for this thing, don't we? Well, I suppose it is kind of a buffing thing, isn't it? If it gives you plus 17 to all the stats. Screw it. Let's run this down to like level 50, 60, see what we can get.
Alright, we enhanced it.
Now we can unlock the dimension gate. Let's head over to the dimension penny right away, Sir Killia.
Nah.
There.
Let's just see if we've unlocked the ability to up the item store yet. No. But while we're here, let's just smush all these down and use them up. Anything else we need to do? Original map? No, 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 no. Nah, we're good.
Shall we go?
Oh, actually, let's take that innocent off and slap some new innocents on.
Go ahead and enjoy.
let's have... These are all a bit garbage, really. Let's just grab what we can, I guess.
Shall we go?
Sweet. That'll be useful. Nope, nothing but garbage. Ah, sweet, got another innocent. Where'd everyone go, lol? Crush had to step out for a bit, he'll be back later, and I think Will had to go as well. That's cool. I mean, we're at the point thing now, like, most people just come and play through the chapter, and I get the grinding bit at the end's not quite so much fun to watch, but it's definitely a lot easier to grind through when you've got people to chat to, so thanks for sticking around. What else have we got? Anyone got any good items to steal? Nope, 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 all garbage. Oh yeah, we should probably be using magic on that guy, shouldn't we? There we go. So have you played all the Disgeae games then, Boris? Which one's your favourite? I really loved D2. There was something so nostalgic about coming back to the story of Etna and Lahal after like 10 years. I really, really loved it. But yeah, I think mechanic-wise, this number 5 is probably my favourite. It's a lot easier to get stuck straight in. With the other ones, you really have to get through the main game before you can do any proper, like, crazy grinding. But this, you can start breaking the game really from the get-go. You'll have to excuse me for just 1 second. My dog's decided she needs to go out for a whiz. Won't be a sec. Pesky dog. Alright, ooh, got an innocent. Sweet. Anyone got anything worth stealing? Nope, nope. Oh, maybe a light shield. We do need one for the collection, I suppose. I know exactly what you mean. I tried really hard to go back to 4 not too long ago because everyone tells me it's their favourite one or it's the best one. Like, Velvetores is really cool, but I never really gelled with it that much. It was probably my least favourite story-wise, so I tried to go back to it and be like, you know, what have I missed? There must be something that I didn't get right the first time round, but I don't know. It was so hard going back to the old mechanics when you're used to being able to do some really goofy shit in this one. Yoink! I think Disgeae 2 probably had my favourite story. The whole thing with Adele and Rosalind was really endearing, and obviously Yukimaru is my favourite character out of all of them. Even the really annoying characters like Tink were kind of lovable in their own really annoying way. Oh jeez. It had a really good soundtrack as well. Disgeae 2 was a really, really cool soundtrack. I liked Axel as well. He was kind of a bit like Zero Ken actually. He's like a lovable goofball that turns up all the time and tries his best. It's just useless at everything. I don't know why, but I really relate to characters like that. Sweet, we've got an encroach panel. Oh, stop moving. Let's get that over there. It was really weird to see Axel returning as like a returning character in 4, because they don't do a huge amount of that. Like, most of the games are pretty separate. It was really weird seeing loads of Axels running around everywhere. I don't know if you had the PSP version of Disgeae 2. That's the one I played, because you got the like Axel mode at the end of it, where you could play like the whole story mode as Axel. It's really weird. I'm trying to get his TV show back. Oh, bollocks. Okay. Now, if you get the chance, it's available on the PS Vita. You can download it if you've got a Vita. I suppose I'm probably one of the only 4 people in the whole world that bothered to buy a Vita. But yeah, the Axel mode on that's well worth playing. It's really funny. Not translated especially well, but very funny. Oh, that's so satisfying. Yeah! Wrong one.
Meow. I'm scared. Don't come close. Huh? Yay!
The Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel. Never heard of it. I should boot my Vita back up, actually, because I used to do a lot of travelling, so I had my Vita, and I downloaded stuff like Grandia, Final Fantasy, all the Disgeae games. I had them on my handheld, so when I was travelling, I could play it a lot. But I've not done much travelling because I've been saving up for a wedding. I'm getting married in about 6 months, so my travelling's had to stop so I could justify spending the wedding. So I've not played my Vita much, but I should get it out because there's a lot of really good games on there that you just can't get on anything else. This guy got anything worth stealing? Nope. Dead. Oh, hey, Balgate. Didn't see you slip in there. Best team size or just one OP character to slay them all? Tough call. My first playthrough of this I literally just used nothing but Etna, Lahal and Flon. And I just powered through it with Lahal and made him super pimp. But with this one I think I'm going to try and keep a balanced team of 5 or 6 guys and keep them all around about the same kind of level. Ooh. I don't remember this one.
I did it!
Oh, okay. I'm not too worried. I think we'll kick these guys' asses either way. Hopefully they've got some good stuff. Good orb, we could have that. Binoculars. Alright, yeah, these guys have got a few things that are worth stealing. Yoink!
Meow. Crunch. I'm scared. Die! Here? Ha!
Here I go.
Let's do this. It's mine.
Yoink! Never get tired of that.
Got it. Don't come back. Meow.
There's no point in bullying the guide cat, is there? I always feel bad. The guide cat's helped me out so many times, I feel bad just beating her up for no reason.
Meow.
In fact, you know what, because we're officially on the grind now, let's get the movement speed up a bit. Should she have anything worth stealing? Yes.
See? What? Bye-bye. Meow.
Shoes, weapon, and an orb. Okay. Oh, hey Infinity. Thanks for popping by, man.
Here I go.
We're just doing a little bit of grinding through the item world at the minute. We've just unlocked it, so we're going to do a bit of... we're going to try and get this gate key up to level 100. Just because.
Crunch. Die. Here I go. Hoya. Sharp.
Ooh. Yeah, we've just a second unlocked the item world, so we've just finished the 3rd chapter of the game, and we're averaging out most of the characters around between level 80 and level 100. We've not unlocked the item store enough to be able to buy any good items yet, so we're basically just going to keep running through the item world and getting some super pimp items, even though they're still really low level. It's kind of silly because they're all going to be really redundant as soon as we get to the Land of Carnage, but the challenge is really to try and get through it as much as we can, just doing one chapter at a time per week. I usually find I've probably got about 4 characters I work on at once, and then I switch that round every now and then, so I'll have 4 characters that I get up to, say, level 100, and then I get bored of them for a bit and I'll get some other characters up to level 100, then I'll go back to the first squad and get them up to 200 and kind of work it that way, like stagger them a little bit, because once you've got one character that's super pimp, it's easy to get the rest to catch up, there's loads of little things in this game you can do to get everyone to catch up a lot easier than you could in the last ones. Yeah, I think so, Infinity. The original plan, I think, was to grab Lahal and Etla, but because I did that on my first run-through, I just used Lahal, Etna, and Flon, and that was it. I think I'm just going to use a bunch of generic guys. We'll see, unless someone really stands out, because I got to admit, I've got a bit of a soft spot for Usalia. I think she's so cute. So we may end up using her when we unlock her, but I think we're probably just going to stick to generics for a while. Oh, that's cool. It's a really good place to start, to be honest. If you've not played any of them before, this is definitely the easiest way to ease into it, but they throw a lot of mechanics at you at once. It's quite easy to get lost, but if there's anything you're stuck on, Boris is really, really good on things that I forget about. I've played them all, but I'm pretty forgetful guy, so if you've got any questions, I'm sure either me or Boris should be able to answer for you. We've normally got a guy watching called Will as well. He watches usually. He's really, really good at the lore stuff. Mostly what we're doing at the moment is just trying to get every single item in the game, and the best way to do that is while you're still at the low levels, just stealing everything that all the enemy players have got. A lot of people seem to think that Disgeae 3 is the least fun out of all of them. Personally, it's one of my favourites. I really like Mao and Rasberyl, but I can see why it's not the most popular one. I did take quite a while to get into it. It also had those really ugly big geo blocks, which I really didn't like. I much prefer these things, the geo panels? No, what are they called? Geo cubes? Geo somethings. Those things. I really like Disgeae 4. And probably not my favourite out of the series, but it does have some really good characters. Like Velvatorez is up there with one of the great video game characters. Yeah, I can see that. And there's something really sweet about Fuka and Disco as well. Yeah, I gotta say the Switch has been a bit of a saving grace. It's what made me come back and start playing this again, because I picked this up on the Switch. I know I'm playing it on the PS4, it's just easier to stream from the PS4, but I started playing it again on my Switch, and that's what really got me back into the series after a bit of an absence.
Let's do our best.
In fact, when Disgeae 5 Complete was released, I went and got Etna tattooed on my leg. I don't know if you guys are part of the Facebook group that I posted this link up on, but I got a really cute chibi picture of Etna tattooed on my leg to celebrate when the game came out on the Switch. Nope, nothing worth stealing. Kill them all.
I can do this. It's fine.
I've still not got my overloads. I must have missed something. Like, maybe you can only do them with, maybe you need to do it with Killia first or something, but I keep getting revenge mode and I can't do any overloads and I don't know why. It's driving me mad. My favourite generic, I think, has got to be the Shrine Maiden. Where is she? Maru. I absolutely love the design of the Shrine Maidens. I think it's because my favourite character out of all the games is from Disgeae 2, Yukimaru. She's so cute, and so I've always really loved the design of this character. But I think my favourite generic from a gameplay point of view is the Defense Knight, the Shield Knight, because she's got the thing where she can jump in and take damage for people. And I think that's a really, really cool and interesting skill. What's everyone else's favourite generics? Yeah, the thief. The thief's really cool. It's got a really great character design and a really cute little voice actress as well. I think the little noises she makes are adorable. There is something very cool about the thief. In the first game, before I figured out what they were for and how important they were, I was getting really frustrated because they're not very good. Obviously got really low base stats, and I wanted to keep using her, but she was just so bad. But obviously now I've played it a bit more, I know what they're for and how to get the best out of them. Okay, so we need to steal the Psycho Orb. Ooh! That Warhammer. Okay.
Crunch! Meow! Die!
I can't remember. I think I can't remember if you keep this, because you can steal stats with the thief as well as items. I can't remember if you keep them after you reincarnate, because a lot of stuff you lose once you reincarnate. I don't want to spend a load of time stealing some stats if I'm going to lose them when I reincarnate her. The maid is really, really cool. It's because it's a brand new class and she's not in any of the other games. I really, really like the idea that they put in like a weird undead zombie maid. Something quite special about that. Right. Oh, I want all those things actually. They're all good. Yeah, I went for Yandere as well. This is the best of the voices. Ah, not quite enough to get the cross trainers. Oh well. Who's left? Ah, sneaky. You can do some really cool sneaky stuff with the boxes as well, because they're worth as much experience as the level of the thief that was creating them. So at the really, really early stages, when I did the first week's stream, in order to get my stuff up to level 50, I ground to get the thief really high, and then I was just dropping boxes everywhere and getting my low-level characters to hit them to get like easy experience and weapon mastery. That's also a good way to get your class proficiencies up, by just attacking high-level boxes.
Was that good enough?
Yeah, no. Oh, bollocks.
I'll do my best.
Oh, good. Okay, I thought I could have changed it by mistake and couldn't change it back. I want to keep it on the innocence route, because that's what we're trying to grind at the minute. Come on, give me some good stuff. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so we're going to bail out of here, switch the innocence over, and then jump back in again. Oh, nice one, Infinity. You seem to be getting on pretty well. 140 hours. Probably a good way into the post-game now, then. Have you had a go against Baal yet? He's an absolute beast. Yeah, 350 was about where I was on my previous save file.
Go ahead and enjoy.
Where's my freaking key? There we go. Right. Dump you. Dump you. Dump you. Anyone know what the little star next to the innocence means? Because some have got it and some haven't, even when I've captured them. Ah, so it won't grow any higher. Okay. Okay, that should do. So let's just get our key back on, wherever it's gone this time. And let's have Marksman. Alchemist and Coffee Maker. They're all going to be pretty useful.
Welcome!
Keep the fillers, get rid of the medicine. Let's use these shards up. We need to get rid of these. So... Right, so this is for speed, so we'll give that to the thief, because she needs that for stealing. Finesse is for hit, so we'll give that to our fighter. Resistance, we'll give that to our healer. Mind Shard is intelligence, healer. Strength Shard to Maru. Spirit Shard to our mage. And Stamina Shard, what's that for? Oh, that's for hit points, so we'll give that to our guard. Oh, it's hit for stealing. For some reason I thought it was speed. Okay, well that's good to know. Boom. Right, that's made us a bit of space. Has anyone not got full equipment?
Let's fix you up.
Let's quickly save, and then we'll jump back in for another 10 levels in the item world, I think.
Shall we go?
Oh no, the resident's level 15. What will we do? Ooh, is that a new axe? I don't recognise that one. Oh no. Must already have him. Crap, 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 crap. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, cool, so that's probably where I got confused. So it's the thief's hit versus the enemy's speed. I think it's the slimes that are poisoning me, so let's get rid of them first. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm grinding this thief up for. CCH is pretty much just here so she can steal some good shit for me. I also want to try and get the collector's trophy because it's one of the only ones I've not unlocked on this yet, which is to have one of every single item. I never bothered like getting all the low-level items when I first started playing, and I can't be bothered to go back to all the weak stuff and get them, so I thought I'd try and do it on this playthrough. Oh, it's a bit of an illusion. I thought they were all on the same level. Let's just check they've not got any good stuff. No. Oh, we'll have those glasses though. And that gun. Sweet.
Thank you. Yay!
Oh, balls! You killed the wrong one! Oh well. I'll have that magnum though.
Let's do our best!
Cross trainers, we'll have them. Rare light shield. Alright, some good stuff there. Yeah, that's a good idea. I hadn't thought of that. I would say, personally, I would wait until post-game to get the DLC characters. Like on my first playthrough, I immediately went straight for Lahaletna and Flon and unlocked them straight away, but they are all kind of OP. So you can do it at any point, but you'll get the most out of the game, I think, if you wait until the post-game to unlock them. Yeah, I'd love to do an all Prinny run. I think that would be really good fun. Stay on a green for a second. Ah. There we go. Yeah, an old Prinny run. That sounds like a really good laugh, actually. Those DLC ones are crazy, though. There's like one Prinny that's got like 10 million health or something, isn't there? I haven't had a proper look at those yet. Ooh, that's a nice axe. Yoink! Aw, what's the point of having Prinnies if they can't explode? No, dude! Yeah, I suppose after a while the pretty noises, voices get really annoying. Yeah, no, I'm the same as Boris. I never think to use monsters. I pretty much just use, like, the humanoid generics. I don't know why. It's not like the monsters are bad or anything. I guess it's I like to have the different selections of weapons and stuff. Yeah, just the cute ones. As you've probably noticed from my team here, they're all the cutest generics as well. They're all like cute girls. Every single one of them, damn. I'm more of a perv than I thought. Oh, yeah, you're right, Action Infinity. I should clarify the cutest girl. Although, I don't know if you noticed, my cleric is based on a specific character with the pink hair and the name. Hey Crush, welcome back, buddy. Ooh, a level fish. So, not much. I think we're on level 30 or 40 of this particular key, but we're just running through the same item. So this fish here gives you 2 or 3 turns. You've got to lift it and clear the stage in 2 turns before the fish goes bad. But if you do, it'll skip you down 4 or 5 levels. It's pretty cool. So as well as dropping really cool stuff like the level fish and stuff like that, he has a slim chance of dropping down a guy called Dark Death Mega Man or Dark Death Killer Man, something like that. It's an insanely overpowered, massive, like level 9,999 monster who just wreaks havoc on the whole map. He's a bastard is what he is. Right, we need to clear this level ASAP. I thought Proto Dark Death was just like the weaker version, and then there's like a full version which is like Dark Death Killer Man or something like that. Very silly name. I don't know if we're going to be able to clear this one in 2 rounds actually. I suppose I could just lift him and then skip a floor. Why not? Fuck it, let's just see what happens. I don't know exactly. It's not very likely. It'll be like once every couple of 100 levels of the item world, so it won't happen very frequently. I've kind of overshot myself here, I think. Oh, I didn't realise the fish friggin' moved. Okay, that makes things a bit easier. If you can cheese it in time, you can get out. You just jump down to one of these gates here, but he's pretty hardcore, so if you don't get out of there quick, he'll nuke your party really bad. Level fish! Level fish! Oh sweet, we've got an innocent as well. Alchemist. Okay. Okay, well none of these guys have got anything worth stealing, so we can just smash through this one. Oh, hey Taco. Good to see you, man. Oh nuts, did I kill my thief? Oh no, it's fine, I thought I'd left her on the geo panels before I blew them all up. No, not at all, Crush, it's always good to have you with us, man. Grinding is a lot more fun when there are people chatting to you. Nah, these guys have all got garbage items. The foxes are really good, and the amount of combos they can crack out as well. If you get them set up right, they just non-stop comboing. If I remember rightly, there's a way you can set the foxes up so they do non-stop. They'll never stop comboing. The game caps at 20, I think it is, but they'll just keep going till it hits 20. So if you get 2 of them and put them on an invincibility geo panel and have them attack each other, they just keep doing that attack over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and just get insanely high attack stats from grinding the attacks up, even though they don't do any damage to each other. I think I did that on, I think it was 3 or 4. No, I'm not hanging around for any particular reason, Crush. It's just, you get more, the item powers up more if you clear every single enemy off the level. So, you can just jump down from gate to gate and power through them really, really quick. But if you want to get the item as good as it can be, then you want to kill every single item on each floor. Every single monster on each floor, sorry. Plus, I'm just checking to see if any of the guys have anything worth stealing, but I think I've stolen everything now that's... Oh, speak of the devil, some green slippers there we can have. Nice. Oh, that sounds like a really good combo. I never used Killia. I find him to be such an annoying character. I know he's supposed to be like it's a joke that he's got no personality, but he's so dull. Yeah, so I don't know if you saw earlier, we got an item called an Imperial Seal, and it gave you a bonus to all your stats, attack, defense, everything. This key has got, I think it's plus 12 to everything, but the more levels we go down, the more it gives you. So this key, when we get it to like level 100, will give us an extra couple of hundred in attack, defense, resistance, intelligence, everything. So it's definitely worth doing. It's a really, really good low-level item to start gearing up. How am I going to get this jerk? What stage are we on? Oh, here we go. So this will be stage 30, because there's a boss at the end of every 10 floors. and you'll see he's got much better stats than all the other guys around him, but they've usually got better items as well. Yeah, no, I'm the same, Infinity. Like, aside from Magnus and Usalia, I kind of like Zero Ken as well a little bit, but it's definitely not got the best cast out of all of them. Although I really like some of the villains, like, as you can see from my avatar, I think Margarita's really cool. Like, I love the idea of, like, a necromancer lolly. Diving booty bump. Oh, and as well, Crush, the further down you get in the item world, the bad guys get harder and harder and harder. So you wouldn't just be able to keep grinding an item until you get down, because the enemies will get harder and harder. By the time you get to like floor 100, they're all like 70 or 80 times what they were when they started. Yeah, up yours, Item King. Kicked your ass. Ooh. Oh, I'm out of SP. Okay, we'll just kill him then. Yeah, I don't really hate any of them. The only one I find not very interesting is Killia, just because he's so bland, but I don't hate any of them.
There. Thank you.
Come on, give me something good. Nothing.
Thank you. Ready.
Okay. So I'm going to leave the item world just to show Crush the stat increases, and then we'll jump in. Kind of getting a bit late now, but I think we've got time for 10 more floors, I think. So you see here on the stats page under the gate key, it's giving me plus 68 health, plus 56 SP, 45, 45, 45, 45, 50 hit, 45 speed. So whoever I put that on is going to get those stat increases, and the more levels we go down, the better those stat increases are going to be.
Are you going? I'm sad.
Welcome!
We should start using these fillers a bit more often as well, shouldn't we? Oh, the 0.5 is not very good, but the filler Gs are pretty sweet. Yeah, you got the bug alright, my friend. You've got Disgeae fever.
Let's fix you up.
Well, the thing is, even the high rarity stuff, it's going to be completely obsolete once we hit the Land of Carnage. Even like the highest tier stuff, there's absolute garbage compared to the low rank Land of Carnage stuff. So I'm not too worried as long as I've got it collected in my. Where's the collections woman? As long as I've got it in my collection, then that's fine.
Check this out.
So what we've got here, item records, weapons, fists, it lists everyone available in the game, which is quite a few. So at the minute we've only got 2%, but I want to make my way through. I want to get one of everything and you need to get a common rarity, a rare, and a legendary for each one as well. Phew. Okay, another 10 floors and then I'm done. Okay, so what that is every time I get a message from a friend, or a friend logs on or logs offline, I get a little notification. But because I'm streaming, I guess it's protecting the data of the people who are signing on and off or sending me messages. I guess basically, so if someone sends me a message saying your stream's shit or whatever, it doesn't show up for everybody else to see. It also does it when I'm saving. I think you can't see that because it doesn't show up my save data. I think that's right anyway. Hey, Dark Rosary, sweet. In fact, let's just have a look and see if the Dark Rosary stats are better than the key stats, because we might be better off grinding in the Dark Rosary than we would be in the Gate. So these are 45 at the minute at level 30. Yeah, I got a feeling that grinding up the Dark Rosary is probably a smarter way to go. But we're not here to be smart, we're here to have fun, so let's just keep going with the key for now. These guys got anything worth stealing, do you think? Nope, 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 nope. Oh, power belt. Okay. Yeah, I got there in the end. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Yes, give me all your shards, Mr. Cat. Ooh. Ah, crap. I love some of the random names on this, they're so mad. Safari James. Oh, I didn't check to see if any of these guys had any good loot. Oh well. Ah, it's all garbage, it's fine. What the hell? What's blueberry soup? That sounds like it would stain. Blabar Sopa. I'll take your word for it. I wish I could speak a different language. I am completely linguistically inept. I think you might be right. I want some blueberry soup now. That sounds really amazing.
It's all over, dude.
Okay, so it's not like soup. Think of it with the consistency of juice. Was it hot or cold? Because I don't know. Like on first thoughts, I'm thinking hot blueberries. That doesn't sound very nice. But things like hot lemon and hot strawberry juice are really nice. So maybe hot blueberries really nice too. Got an innocent sweet. Okay, so if it's cold, is it just like, do you drink it from a glass or from a bowl with a spoon? I'm intrigued.
Thank you.
Oh, cross trainers, we'll have them. And a cane. Okay, so we've got some good stuff to steal here for a change. Oh, nuts. We have become very invested in blueberry soup. Yeah, I mean, like, blueberry juice sounds good, so if you just drink it like a juice, that sounds pretty nice.
Leave it to me.
Oh no, don't kill him, I wanted his... Ugh.
Let's do this. See? Ha, ha.
Yeah, screw you, Becky. Nearly done. Ooh, blueberry liquor, that sounds good. To be fair, now everything to do with blueberries sounds pretty good. Blueberry liquor though, that sounds amazing.
Here I go. Ha, hoya.
Cool, these guys have all got garbage so they can all die.
And there, and there. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm so hungry.
Think about the only mainstream blueberry stuff we have in England is blueberry muffins, and they are amazing.
Possible, dude. Hey, dude. Let's do our best.
Okay, well, whatever character I make next on this, it's gonna have to be called Blueberry. So don't let me forget. Next time we generate a character, it has to be called Blueberry. Oh, hello, what have we got here? Ooh, a level fish! Are we gonna be able to clear this level in 2 runs? Probably not.
Huh?
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. Let's after this round, we'll run down Gig and we'll change the name from Gig to Blueberry because that seems to fit pretty well. Blueberry Crush. That sounds amazing. CCHBB is a bit of a mouthful, to be honest, but Blueberry Crush, I like it. Sweet. We got the fish! $37, nearly done. Oh, okay, we got a jellyfish stinger to steal. That's it. Stop picking on the rabbit, you bastards! The British Broadcasting System. No. British Broadcasting. BBC. Sweet, another innocent, lovely jubbly. Boom.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
The best berry? I don't know, man. I don't think you can beat a strawberry, can you? They're pretty much the best. Oh, another innocent. Sweet. I can tell you what's not the best berry. Halle Berry, on account of having seen Catwoman, the movie, which is terrible. That's the only berry pun I could think of. I'm gonna have to apologise for that one. Not my best work. Raspberries are kind of weird. They've got this kind of funny texture. They're all bobbly and odd. Like, I don't dislike them or anything, but they kind of like have this weird kind of bobbly wobbly texture that I don't dig too much. I don't know what that is. What's a chesto berry? Look at the size of this bear thing. It's huge.
Here I go.
Oh, Pokemon berries. Okay, I'm with you.
Let's do this.
I just lost my geek credentials there. I should know that. Oh, I should be checking these guys for items, shouldn't I? Nope, 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 nope. Okay, it's just one thing worth stealing off the boss and that's it. Well, obviously you're using Rest because you're using the best Pokemon that ever was, Snorlax. I mean, why would you ever take anything other than a Snorlax? They are the coolest. Oh, reindeer meat is so nice. I don't know what a cloudberry is, though. Alrighty, I think we're done. No, 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 no. Leave item world. There we go. Nice, we got a lot of innocence there. What do they taste like? Are they sweet or are they bitter?
Are you going? I'm sad.
Yep, I think we're just about done there. Thanks for that, guys. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. You guys rock, and you've made the whole grinding thing a whole lot more fun. Mostly talking about blueberries and having a pretty great time. I'm going to Google cloudberries in a bit because they sound really good. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll, oh, Jesus. Sorry, man. 3 hours and 40 minutes is long enough, but I'll be back next week. So, yeah, we'll do it again next week. We'll play through the next chapter and we'll do a bit more grinding and kick some more ass. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'll catch you all later.